Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Raheem Sterling open to offers as Manchester City star eyes transfer exits with Arsenal linked, and then we're going to look at Arsenal having James Maddison transfer problem as Leicester demands for crazy bid emerges. So the first transfer headline states that Raheem Sterling opens to offers as Manchester City star eyes transfer exit with Arsenal linked. So the reports are stating that Arsenal have been linked to the summer move for Manchester City winger Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling would be open to the idea of leaving Manchester City this summer, according to reports. The 26-year-old, who is currently representing England at Euro 2020, has been linked with the moves to Arsenal as the Gunners look to strengthen their ranks ahead of the new campaign. The North London club are already believed to be closing in on two signings, with Anderlecht midfielder Albert Sambi-Lokonga and Benfica defender Nuno Tavares widely expected to complete their respective moves within the coming weeks. Mikel Arteta and club director Edu will be pushing for improvements across the pitch this summer in order to build on last season's 8th place finish in the Premier League. Raheem Sterling has been mentioned in connection with Arsenal in recent weeks amid speculation of the uncertainty of his immediate future at Manchester City. He is under contract until the summer of 2023, but doubts have been raised over his role at the Etihad Stadium after losing his first team place to Phil Foden at the end of last season. Edu is reportedly weighing up an ambitious move for the Jamaican-born winger's services, and it seems as though the player himself would be prepared to consider any proposals. Raheem Sterling would be open to moving on this summer if the right opportunity arises, according to The Athletic. The report claims that he fell out with Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola back in April, with the situation failing to improve in the weeks and months since. As a result, the winger is refusing to rule out a summer departure, but it remains to be seen whether Manchester City will allow him to seek a new challenge. It is suggested that a lucrative offer could force the hand of the newly crowned Premier League champions, who will be determined to avoid losing Raheem Sterling on a free transfer in 2023. He chipped in with 14 goals and 12 assists across all 49 appearances in all competitions last season, and has excelled for England at the Euros, scoring in all but 2 of his side's matches at the tournaments. Manchester City are reportedly looking to table the offer of a new contract once all has been said and done on the international stage, which suggests that Arsenal may struggle to secure his services ahead of next season. However, it could be a different story altogether if the Gunners are prepared to fund a big money approach. Former Manchester City and England winger Trevor Sinclair recently suggested that Raheem Sterling could reap the rewards of a fresh start with Arsenal, but warned that plenty of top clubs are likely to be interested in the former Liverpool man's signature. I might be wrong, but reading between the lines and the media that's being released, I think they'd be prepared to let him go, Sinclair told TalkSport earlier this year. I think there's a potential move for Raheem Sterling this summer. You look at the individual, there are a few little rumours coming out that Manchester City are prepared to listen to offers. So it looks like Raheem Sterling open to offers as Manchester City star eyes transfer exit with Arsenal linked. And with Mikel Arteta looking for a winger that could really transform Arsenal's attack going into the new season, Raheem Sterling could be a viable addition. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Arsenal have James Maddison transfer problem as Leicester demands for crazy bid emerge. So the reports are stating that Leicester City midfielder James Maddison has been linked with the summer moves to Arsenal. Arsenal could struggle to tempt Leicester City into selling James Maddison this summer, with the Foxes only willing to accept a crazy offer for the 24-year-old, according to reports. James Maddison has been heavily linked with a move to North London in recent weeks, as the Gunners look to add some much-needed creativity to their ranks ahead of next season. Mikel Arteta is reportedly aiming to lead a large-scale overhaul of his playing squad over the coming weeks and months. A number of problem areas will need to be addressed by club director Edu, who will be looking to use the transfer market to his advantage in order to improve on last season's 8th place finish in the Premier League. Arsenal are believed to be closing in on their first 2 signings of the summer window, with Anderlecht midfielder Albert Sambi-Lokonga and Benfica fullback Nuno Tavares set to join the club in the near future. However, it seems as though a creative playmaker is also high on Edu's shopping list following the departure of Real Madrid loanee Martin Odegaard at the end of last season. James Maddison has reportedly emerged as the target for Arsenal after making a name for himself as one of the Premier League's finest number 10s with Leicester. The 24-year-old chipped in with 21 goal contributions from 42 appearances in all competitions last season as the Foxes secured Europa League qualification and lifted the FA Cup. Although the Gunners are said to be keen admirers of James Maddison, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has suggested that a summer move for the midfielder's services will be difficult to engineer. He told the Eye to Eye podcast that Leicester will only entertain premium bids for the former Norwich City man before the start of next season, with club chiefs convinced that he will remain at the King Power Stadium for the foreseeable future. Well, the truth is that the player is appreciated and that Arsenal are looking for a player in this position because they lost Martin Ødegaard, said Fabrizio Romano, and they need a new number 10, and James Maddison is highly appreciated, this is true. However, from appreciating a player to signing a player there is a lot to do, and at the moment it is really complicated. At the moment, and I say at the moment because we are in July and we have 2 months of the market ahead, so we have to see what happens in the next window, but at the moment Leicester are convinced the player is staying and they are not intentions to sell him. So they want a crazy bid, and at the moment also have not made an official bid. It remains to be seen whether the Gunners will eventually act on their reported interest in James Maddison or switch their focus onto other targets. Meanwhile, former Premier League striker Gabriel Agbonlahor recently suggested that the move is unlikely to come to fruition as a result of Arsenal's recent shortcomings. Leicester are in Europe, Arsenal aren't, Agbonlahor told Football Insider. Leicester are a top 6 team, Arsenal aren't. I just don't see this happening. Leicester can pay very big wages, I've heard from people there. Maddison will be on very good money and probably more than Arsenal can pay him, to be honest. For me, the transfer doesn't happen, not one bit. So it looks like Arsenal have James Maddison transfer problem as Leicester demands for crazy bid emerges, and it looks like Arsenal are very interested in signing James Maddison, but they will have to put a crazy offer for Leicester City to even think about selling James Maddison. But for me, I think James Maddison will be an excellent addition to Mikel Arteta's first team. So we'll have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end, and make sure you smash the like button to see if you can get 20 likes. Also, hit the subscribe button for more daily Arsenal news videos, comment below if you think these are good transfer deals, and click one of the latest videos on the screen, and I'll see you there.